Français dans les B2, B3. On trouvera les premiers Français seront à venir dans la catégorie des AL amputés jambes. Alors là, on va avoir le champion du monde Thierry Delarue, on aura Julien Gasque, vice-champion du monde en 2016. Ensuite, on aura la catégorie AP3 Women avec Lucie Jarige, championne du monde amputée. Puis on va retrouver Romain Pagnou, qui était champion du monde, double champion du monde en 2016-2018. Et Mathieu Bénard, qui était champion du monde en 2014 et deuxième en 2016, qui représenteront la France. Il y en aura encore beaucoup demain. On avait gagné 5 titres de champion du monde à Innsbruck l'année dernière. Il y avait Lucie Jarry, il y avait évidemment Romain Pagnou, on avait Solène Piret, on trouvait aussi Marlène Prat, et puis il y avait Thierry Delarue. Voilà, ça en faisait 5. Et puis les autres avaient aussi brillé hein, dans les podiums. Ça, c'est si vous voulez un petit peu chauvin, mais franchement, on va pas l'être. On va pas l'être parce que vous allez vous régaler. Les non-voyants, ça va être spectaculaire. Et les grimpeurs amputés, que ce soit le haut du corps ou le bas du corps, c'est aberrant. Ils ont du niveau falaise 8C. Et je pense que vous allez en prendre plein les yeux. Dans 5 minutes, les gendarmes en tout cas en ont pris plein les yeux aujourd'hui. Dans 5 minutes, on y va avec la première catégorie. Allez, messieurs, dames, on va aller dans 2 minutes avec la présentation des athlètes. On va les placer sur scène. Ils seront au nombre de 4. On commencera par la catégorie B2. Alors, vous rappelez que sur ce mur qui est un vieux mur de 30 ans. Alors, il a été refait à neuf, hein, bien sûr, mais la manière et le dénivelé, l'architecture, on est dans les premiers Open internationaux d'escalade. Il y aura toutes ces enfin là, pas de dégaine, mais ils vont devoir avoir 6 minutes pour réaliser la voie. Ça, c'est le temps maximum pour toutes les catégories. Donc 2 minutes, on commence avec les B2. On aura un japonais, 2 japonais, un grimpeur de Grande-Bretagne et un américain. À Briançon. Dès qu'ils montent sur scène, ils sont sur le public. Alors vous mettez une musique après sur IFSC TV.
Good evening and welcome to Briançon. It's the Paraclimbing World Championships here live. It is a beautiful evening and we have got 6 finals coming up for you this evening. I believe the first one is about to get underway. We've got B2 for you first, 4 competitors in that, followed by men's B3, And then we've got men's AU2, men's AL2, women RP3 and AL2, and men's RP3 as well. So as I say, the athletes just being presented to the crowd now. 6 finals coming up. We've got many more coming tomorrow as well. And it's a 2-day festival of paraclimbing. Athletes just being presented to the crowd as we speak. Just filling up nicely the venue. It's in a beautiful spot here, kind of on the southern side of Briançon at the Parc des Sports. And as I mentioned, 4 competitors in men's B2 and 4 competitors in men's B3 as well. In B2, we've got Fumiya Hamanue of Japan, Britain's Richard Slowcock, Justin Salas of the USA, and Sho Aita of Japan. In men's B3, we've got Motohiro Ejiri, Julian Cesar Constantin Siuka of Romania, Lux Losiseo, and Cosmin Florin Candoi of also of Romania. So 2 Romanians in the finals that we're going to see, which will be men's B3. As I say, 6 finals coming up. If you hear the flutter of papers through my microphone, that's because I do have 6 start lists and a running order all around in front of me. I'll do my very best to keep up with everything that's going on. There is the wall here in Briançon, absolutely magnificent setting in this old Roman town. Gorgeous wall as well, which will look very familiar to regular IFSC viewers. It's been in use for an awful long time in this part of the world, and that is where the climbers are aiming for. Top of the wall, we've got 3 routes that are going to be keeping the 6 categories busy, and there is the lineup for men's B2. Now, there's a bit of chat always and a few questions about what the categories actually mean. So B is for visual impairment / blind, and B2, which we're about to see, is a visual acuity between 1/60 and 2/60, and or a visual field of less than 5%. Visual acuity is your central vision, the vision you use to see detail, and visual field is how much you can see around the edge of your vision whilst looking straight ahead. So there's two methods of measuring vision, and these climbers that we're about to see are in B2, which, as I say, for the experts in optometry, is that the word? Out there, it's a visual acuity between 1/60 and 2/60, and or a visual field of less than 5%. So that's the middle category. We've got B3 later on, which are athletes who have better sight than the athletes in B2, and then I believe tomorrow night actually we've got B1, which is essentially fully blind climbers, where you see the climbers wearing a blindfold just in case any of them do have any sight. It levels the playing field. So B1 is completely blind, and this is B2. So first climber out is Fumiya Hamanue, excuse me. And as always in the venue, there's utter silence when the climbers are on the wall, so that their sight guide can talk them through the route. So in a big arena like in Paris, I can normally keep talking, but here I'm very close to the wall, very close to the sight guide, and I'm going to keep quiet like everybody else.
そうそれ今のところ近いそうオッケーで次は10時ね足を上げようで右足がいいかなそこにもっと上もっと上少し左オッケーそれマッチしようで足オッケーナイスでそこからね10時落ち着いてるよそうそう上それオッケーでそれマッチしてねで次ガストンするよ右方向そうねもっと上もっと上そこ息すぎたそうそれオッケーああいいねで手はね今度12時方向真上もっと上もっと左そうそうそう右足できるかな右足いいよそうそれで12時止め頑張ればもっと上いいそれ一回止めちゃうのどうかそれで足を左足本当に下ここできるオッケー下そうでその反対角が持てるからそうあけるおーオッケーナイスオッケーナイス足上げてそうなんかよそうナイスで右頭の後ろにやるからそれ右手で取りたいそういいよオッケーナイスそっから10時そのままオッケーで息ついてそれオッケーそのすぐ僕口か3時そう僕口か3時そうオッケー口をカップそうで右手の12時方向に左手出そうアンダーで足がねクロスステップしてそうもっとよしそれアンダーそれアンダー右足を膝のところヒール違う右さっきのところそれオッケーそのまま上に上がるよ12時方向上それ下それマッチしようオッケー頑張れそうマッチして次2時方向正面ガットするよもっと上それオッケー頑張れ足上げよう足上もっと下それマッチできるチェックしてできないやったらその下にハニボテルービックキューブが打ってあるからそれをガストンして足を上げて左手を12時方向右それをラップして左足上げる上もっと下左それオーケー頑張れ顔の目の前それオーケー右疲れそれいいよ次11時足入れ替えてもうちょい左それで12時5口か足入れ替えようオーケーもうちょいそれ次左足入れ替えて次9時遠目そう悪いけど頑張ろう左もっと左もうちょい上左オッケーレストして足上げようかじゃあ足左にある下もうちょい下もっと下そこそれ左右足も上げようかそれ突っ張って頑張れもうちょいそれオーケー足入れ替えて左足を右足にして次12時ガスト上それ足あるよ頑張れ左足あるそれもっと上それ
Eh ben on peut l'applaudir messieurs dames, incroyable Soumia
About midway up the head wall, he actually only had 6 seconds of his allotted 6 minutes remaining. Incredible effort, didn't really show any signs of fatigue. And when you haven't watched paraclimbing for a while, and we haven't had it on the live stream for a while, you forget just the extraordinary lock-off strength that's required. Because when you can't see the hold, you've just got to lock off and wait for your sight guide to describe it, and the wait to find it is absolutely breathtaking. Amazing as well when the whole venue descends into silence. And as I said, if we're in a big arena, tucked away, normally we can carry on talking during the attempts, but I'm right next to the wall. Sight guide then was actually just walking right next to me, so I haven't got much choice but to be quiet as well. So apologies for that. You may or may not miss me during the 6 minutes. But brilliant start for me. I think that high point will take some beating. We shall see. As I say, he used 5 minutes and 54 of his time when he fell. Out next will be Richard Slowcock of Great Britain. Just been announced. And we await his arrival. Here he comes. Joined me commentating last year here in Briançon. He now climbs second in the men's B2 final of the Paraclimbing World Championships here in Briançon. Beautiful evening, blue sky, mountains looking gorgeous, wall looking stunning, and it looks like we've got a pretty good route on our hands here for men's B2. Richard Slowcock up next, wearing the distinctive Union Jack tape on his left ear to hold his earpiece in place. 6 minutes begins again, and he is underway. Left for Rich, getting plenty of encouragement, as you might be able to hear from the British team. He's got a fight in his hands to get off this steep section and onto the headwall.
Richard Slowcock, on peut l'applaudir.
Superb effort from Rich Slowcock. Had almost half his time remaining. massively different cadence to Famia. Looked like he enjoyed that, but he had a fight in his hands. Just beginning to, the elbows were coming out as he neared the end of the steeper section, but just kept on fighting. Looks like he's feeling the pump a bit. That's where we lost him. Got a lot of encouragement from the British crowd, and it obviously paid off. He leads the way now, 45 plus for him to Famia's 44 plus to Rich Slowcock, guaranteed at least a place on the podium here in Briançon. Justin Salas now of Team USA. We actually filmed with him this morning, and his site guide Matt. You'll be able to see more from those two on the IFSC Facebook page. In the meantime, he's got work to do. Here we go, 6 minutes begins again for him. 45 plus the score he's looking to beat. 44 plus for Famia, and he's underway. 6 minutes begins.
Applaudissements, Justin Salas, USA.
Same part of the wall again. quick cadence for him. 2 minutes 27 still left on the clock. Clearly the crux around there exiting that kind of arrowhead-shaped volume. One more climber left here, Sho Aita of Japan. And Justin Salas gets one move ahead of Rich Slowcock. Rich Slowcock still guarantees his place on the podium. Fumiya, who is out first, can only watch. Currently sitting in third place on 44 plus, 46 plus, a new high point set by Justin Salas.
De sa grimpe, elle est droite, elle est juste. Juste derrière cette catégorie, on aura la catégorie B3, just after and behind this climber for the last climber of the B2 category. We're going to have the visual of
so one more climber to come out, as I mentioned, Sho Aita. Depending on the number of entrants, we either have 4 people or 6 people finals, just to let you know. So we'll be having some finals later on that are 6 people, but in both men's B2 and B3, it's just the 4. Sho Aita out next. And he is seconds away from getting started. The clock still shows 6 minutes. Now he's underway.
次10時、11時、上、そこ、もうちょい上、その次2時、そこ、ランバ、それ、次2時方向、ルービックキューブいきます。ランバ、右、そこから12時、5分下。ナイス。その右上何にもある。ランバ、右上面行った後10時、12時、9時です。ランバ、上、その真上にもう一個。はい、ナイス。次9時、12時、10時。左。もうちょっと遠い。右足上げて。ランバ。左足もうちょっと奥遅れるよ。下、そこにもある、実はある。他はない。右、そこ。ランバ。左、そこ。次12時。それから左側に下足ある。はい、次12時、左面。3か所ごと。足。上、左。そこ。次10時。ナイス。もう一個足、左足上にもあるよ。そこ。上。それ、ナイス。次2時、3時、10時。左。上。そこは左。それは。頑張れ。上。誰も左足もう一個上がるよ。ランバ、そこ。右。ランバ、右。そこナイス。上。そこ。それも次3時。そこ。10時、12時ゴール。上、そこ。ナイス。ガンバ。右。それ。次12時ゴール。
Ladies and gentlemen,
Perfect finish to our first final here in Briançon of the Paraclimbing World Championship. Sho Aita was inching towards the top bit by bit. He shouted down to his sight guide a couple of times. It's so difficult to keep quiet during these finals. I'm looking out across the crowd. They did an exceptional job of keeping their mouths shut, because you really just want to shout and cheer, but everybody stayed quiet, apart from the odd gamba I might add from Team Japan. And he topped out as the clock ticked to 0. Let's see what they've given him. The judges have given him a 51 instead of a top. I think he might have been literally a second, maybe 2 seconds late. Just run out of time, literally, as he was going for the last hole. It matters not for the result. He is the world champion. Waves to the crowd. Sho Aita wins men's B2. First final of 6 this evening. Justin Salas of the USA with 46 plus is second. Rich Slowcock of Great Britain in third with 45 plus. And Fumiya Hamanue of Japan, 44 plus for him. And that is the Parc des Sports here in Briançon. If you're in the region, get yourself down. We've got more paraclimbing tomorrow night. We've got the IFSC Lead World Cup on Friday and Saturday. A lot of climbing coming up. Do get down. And there is the confirmed result from men's B2.
The first finalist tonight representing Japan. Please.
The 4 climbers of competing in men's B3, now introduced to the crowd. Motohiro Ajiri.
Representing Romania, 16 years old, first World Cup for sure, first World Championship. Mr. Julian Cezar Constantin Ciuca.
Julian Cezar Constantin Ciuca of Romania, second climber.
Please welcome Lux Losey-Sale.
Lux Losey-Sale with his sight guide Robin O'Leary, who may look familiar if you watch the IFSC coverage regularly. Quite frequently joins me during the paraclimbing competitions, and finally Cosmin Florin Candoy of Romania as well. So 2 Romanians, Japanese climber, and a Brit as well. Interesting element of this final, by the way, Motohiro, born in 1977. All 3 of the other climbers were born in 2002 or 3. So, yeah, Motohiro, 42 years old, and everybody else, 16 and 17. So, which will triumph? We shall see. We await the arrival of Motohiro. I believe he'll be just out pretty shortly. Once we've done this men's B3, by the way, we've got men's AU2, men's AL2, women RP3/AL2, and men's RP3. Paraclimbing is still a relatively young sport, and sometimes categories are combined where ideally they would be separate, and there will be some of the finals tonight and tomorrow where that's the case. We'd like to have enough competitors to have 2 separate categories, but sadly categories have to be combined, and that is the case a bit later on. We've got RP3 and AL2 combined in the women. So 6 minutes will begin again for Motohiro. First of 4 climbers. Here he comes. Just to remind you, we're talking about B3 here, which is for the eye specialists, the optometrists, opticians. Somebody let me know. People that know about eyes, a visual acuity of between 2/60 and 6/60, and or a visual field of 5 to 20%. Visual acuity is your central vision, the vision that you use to see detail, and visual field is how much you can see around the edge of your vision whilst looking straight ahead. They're the 2 measurements of sight, and these climbers are B3. As with in B2, obviously they will have a sight guide helping them out, and we need to be silent again. So 6 minutes begins.
で、そしたら12時にジャバンアンダー、そう。だからさっきのキューブがある。そうそう。ちゃんと決めるよ。オッケー。そので、オレンジがある。オレンジが3時ね。です。そしたら、2時、1時方向に、キューブとオレンジ。ガンバ。そう。それ反対側の3時にキューブ遅れるかな。あ、そっち行こう。オッケー。そしたら12時。そう、イエス。そしたらオレンジ色の足もあるよ。さっきのでっかいやつ。イエス。そしたら12時。そう。で、次持ち感悪いよ。で、足元にもいろいろついてる。オッケー。そしたら次9時。ボテごと掴む。9時。外。9時。左。足上げよっかじゃあ。9時。これか。そう。頑張れ。スイッチか下にもある。よ。そう。オッケー。頑張。で、オレンジが3本。左足あるよ。左足あるよ。逆。手はね、そのまんま12時の方がいい。今1時。寄せる。厳しいか。
Ah oui, la main gauche, on l'a sentait. On la sentait qu'elle pouvait être
Great
cette main gauche,
start
on l'a applaudi,
from Motohiro.
SG.
Very interesting, actually. The Japanese really seem to favour just shouting as opposed to using an electronic earpiece. His sight guide's got, I kid you not, has a sawn-off plastic bottle that he's yelling through, but that quickly got discarded and he was just yelling straight up, much to the amusement of one or two people around me. Motohiro also yelling back, very much two-way communication on that occasion. Also a big laugh at one stage from Team Japan. I don't know if a joke was cracked, who knows, but as I say, a lot of communication both from the sight guide and from Motohiro. It's a good start from him. Just to let you know, by the way, all the climbers are separated from the qualifying results. So if there was a tie, if we did have multiple tops, for example, we would be able to separate the climbers. On countback, all the climbers, all 7 climbers in this category topped qualification route 1, but only Cosmin Florin Kandoy of Romania topped both routes. He is leading from the qualifiers. If there was a tie, he would win the competition. He would be the world champion. But just to give you a bit of a heads up, as I said, there is separation between the climbers from the qualifiers, should it be required. So Yulian Cesar Konstantin Shukat gets underway. 6 minutes begins again. Silence descends in Briançon.
Et on peut l'applaudir, Julian. Voilà, on sentait.
Been able to hear there, absolutely nothing left in the tank. Julian Cesar, Constantin Ciuca of Romania giving the route absolutely everything. And once again, two-way communication between climber and sight guy, but he was fighting from quite a way down and just kept on going. Just waiting for his score to come through. It was 45 plus from Motohiro Ojiri. First World Championship appearance, as our local MC has just pointed out, and he comes through the 43 plus, so 2 moves behind Motohiro. Okay, here comes Lux Losty Sale of Great Britain. Robin O'Leary, Team GB coach, is on stage with him. Last second preparations. Couple more seconds just to get themselves ready. No tops yet on this route. It's the same route, obviously, that was used in B2. Be great to see a top if we could. 6 minutes begins. Lux is underway. About as close as we're going to get to a top. We saw Sho Aita of Japan. He topped the route when he was already out of time. Looks Lucy Sale this time. Comes to within one move of reaching the top. He had plenty of time left, 2 minutes 45. Almost had time for a second lap on the lower section. He pulled onto the head wall with about 3.5 minutes remaining. Absolutely rocketed through the steep part of the wall. So as I say, although we've seen the top hole touched by Lux, we've seen an unofficial top by Show. We haven't yet seen anybody top the route within the regulation 6 minutes. Last climber with the chance to do so is Cosmin Florin Candoi of Romania, gunning for a gold medal in the World Championships here in Briançon. Team Romania well represented here. She's getting clipped in by a member of the High Mountain Police, the PGHM. They operate out of a base here in Briançon and carry out mountain rescues, generally kind of keep everyone safe as they can in the mountains. And this evening here in Briançon, they're on belay duty. Cosmin is underway, 6 minutes. Can we see a top? Won't get much closer than Lux. Can he do it? Top both routes in the qualifiers. Off he goes. That's how you win a World Championship. Tops the route, still got 3 minutes 31 left on the clock. Absolutely flew up that. Certainly didn't find it easy. You could hear how hard he was fighting right at the top. A couple of power screams just to get him over the line, but he finds a way. He's topped all 3 routes here. He topped both the qualifying routes, tops the final route. He is the world champion Romanian. Romania take the gold medal. Julian Cesar Constantinciuc ends up in 4th, so it's just 1 medal for them, but it is a gold. Lux Lucy Sale of Great Britain, who was 1 move away from topping the route, will at least have the consolation that even if he had done it, it wouldn't have affected his overall ranking. He would have been beaten on countback by Cosmin anyway. So Cosmin Florin Candoi of Romania, the paraclimbing world champion in Briançon, the second one we've crowned this evening after Sho Aita of Japan. Great start to the evening here. This is the first of 2 evenings where we're live from the edge of the Ekran National Park. Same again tomorrow night. We're then back again on Friday for lead semi-finals, also qualifying highlights from the Lead World Cup as well, and Saturday evening we've got the lead final here, so plenty of action coming up for you over the next few days from Briançon, and what a place it is to be. 2 finals already completed. Sun hasn't quite set. Briançon itself is no longer in the sun, but some of the mountains surrounding us are just capped by the last rays. Still a lovely temperature, conditions excellent on the wall. So we're going to have 2 finals running concurrently now. It's men's AL2 and men AU2. And we don't need to worry about being quiet this time. Make as much noise as we like. Here they come, finalists for men's AU2 and for men's AL2. There's 6 competitors in both.
6 finalists. The first one representing Netherlands. He was in 5th position in Innsbruck last year, Mr. Mes Voice. Second finalist representing Russia's bronze medalist last year, Mr. Maxim.
Climbers just being introduced to the crowd. AU, as you will know if you watch our coverage of paraclimbing, is arm or forearm amputee, and AL is seating or leg amputee. So this is AL2, which is leg amputee, and AU2, which is forearm amputee. The reigning world champion climbing and standing on the stage right now and about to be introduced to the crowd is Matt Phillips, won in Innsbruck less than a year ago. Reigning world champion and the man to beat, Matt Phillips. AL2 climbers now being introduced. First up, Corey Ramos of the United States.
Des championnats du monde en 2018, 4e à Paris, Bercy en 2016,
Frederick Leys narrowly missed out on the podium in Paris 2016. Can he make amends in 2019? A little further south in France. Albert Garrier Ferrer of Spain. Thierry Delarue, local hero, went pretty well here last year in the Paraclimbing World Cup in Briançon. Can he repeat it here in the World Championships? Julien Gasque now, also of France, 37 years old and 1 year older, a legend of paraclimbing. It's Urko, a face that will be familiar to IFSC viewers the world over. So both finals running concurrently and will be underway shortly.
Alors là, ça va être. On va partir avec les deux finales en parallèle, AL2 au milieu et puis AU2 sur le côté gauche. Alors là, dans les grimpeurs que vous avez, imaginez bien que la vie nous joue des sales tours. On a beaucoup de grimpeurs qui étaient évidemment valides et la falaise leur a amené des histoires qui forment leur vie maintenant. Donc déjà, tout ça pour vous dire, soyez toujours vigilants. On en croit toujours qu'on est les rois du monde. Mais sincèrement, on a des gars qui ont des niveaux 8C falaises. C'est terrible, hein, je pense, pour l'histoire, je le dis maintenant avant qu'ils m'entendent et que ça le perturbe. Mais Thierry Delarue, en 3 compétitions, il a pris France, Coupe du Monde, Championnat du Monde, c'est du jamais vu en escalade. Et Dieu sait que c'est je l'appelle la marmotte parce qu'il aime être en nature et en falaise.
So we're about ready to go here in Briançon for our 3rd and 4th finals, joined by a very special guest, regular in the commentary box, Josh Senior.
Hi.
What do you make of the GB finals, it's a completely unique experience when the crowd goes quiet.
Oh, it's so bizarre. And the GB team always get a little bit of hassle because, like, we had Rich up, and we know that he loves to be cheered, and his headset's good enough that he can hear us. So the whole crowd around us is shushing us as we cheer him. But it's like, no, it's what he wants. It's what he wants.
It was
Phenomenal
great.
to watch, though.
Brilliant effort from Rich as well. He looked like he had a battle on his hands.
Yeah,
just kept
he
going.
did really well, really well. But it was a route setter's dream. Like,
yes.
Everyone on that top panel.
Yeah.
Top, down, down,
Yeah,
down.
I don't think we had any ties in either final, did we?
No, I don't think so.
Brilliant.
Absolutely awesome viewing.
You were climbing this morning?
Yeah.
How did that go?
Well, I'm sat with you rather than the final, so it didn't go as well as I hoped. But it is what it is. But there's always next time.
What were your thoughts on the route setting?
Oh, I thought it was phenomenal. It's again, the IFSC have done a great job. Like, the routes are awesome. They're putting on seriously good routes. The guys here in Briançon, like, it always is a good event every time I've been here, and today's been no exception.
Glad to hear it.
Really cool.
Donc rien que pour ça, faites-leur une ovation, s'il vous plaît. Des voix terribles et un mur qui a une histoire incroyable. Parti, c'est eux qui ont le plus besoin de vous. Ils sont
so both of our first climbers already out on the wall.
Yeah.
Mace on the left, men's AU2, and on the right, Corey Ramos of the United States.
Both really strong.
Just talk us through the categories. Explain what AL2 and AU2 means in real terms. I've given the kind of dictionary definition.
So AU2 is arm amputees, so they'll be missing one arm. Could be above the elbow, could be below the elbow. There's a definite advantage to having an elbow in that circumstance. So sadly, you know, the reality of that is that on the whole, above elbows are less likely to get to the final, sadly. But yeah, it could be either arm, it could be either distance. So yeah, it's gripping with a stump, which is pretty impressive in itself. AL2 will be missing a leg. Again, it could be either leg, and it could be above knee, or it could be below knee. So some will climb with a prosthesis. On the whole of below knees climb with prostheses, not always, but generally. And above knees generally don't. But yeah.
And in other para sports, is there more separation of the categories, or is that pretty much a standard?
Depends a lot on
categorization.
The sport. Really does depend on the sport. So I think, and a part of it depends on the size of the sport. So, you know, if the age-old question in AL2, so my own category is, you know, is having a prosthesis an advantage? And love the showboating there.
Fantastic.
Quality. You know, and if there were enough athletes, if we had a big enough field of people that were competing, and we had 40 AL2 competitors, there'd be real merit to splitting it to see. But as it is, the sport's still growing. It's growing fast, but we're not quite there.
Growing very fast.
It is phenomenal.
If you'd like to get into paraclimbing, make sure you do so. We doubled the numbers, I'm told, from Innsbruck, which was just 10 months ago. Doubled the number of entrants from September of last year in the World Championships. Of course, the last World Championship was just 10 months ago in Innsbruck.
Yeah, it's come around really fast.
It has come around fast. As I say, doubling the numbers. That is what we want to see. We'd like to see the same again, please.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
So both climbers going well here. We're keeping a closer eye on Maze.
Yeah.
Absolutely cruising. A very aesthetic looking route through these blue and wood texture volumes. Corey Ramos, by the way, had a couple of slips low down. Seems to be firmly back on track.
Yeah, he held him well. Oh, very smooth.
Going full commitment. You can see him crossing through.
Oh, phenomenal effort.
Great effort. Nearly dropped it right near the bottom and did really well to hang on to it.
Yeah, that was great.
Confirm the score as it comes through. Slightly awkward landing for him. He's just being lowered down onto the steps.
Brilliant.
There we go.
Got quite a crowd of Americans here this year, so a good cheer from them. It's always good.
Let's keep an eye on Mace now, pulling onto the head wall, and
really
plenty of time left. 2 minutes 50 left on the clock.
He's a strong boy.
Doesn't look overly stressed so far.
No, he looks pretty comfortable, doesn't he?
Looks calm. Looked like he was getting a little bit pumped earlier on, but managed to get rid of it.
Yeah.
I think now it might be beginning to kick in. He's got quite a committed move.
Sequence, a big move for him.
Yeah, suddenly looks tired. Got to find a way
to lock in that elbow.
Yeah, exactly, and get himself out right. Got 10 or so moves left. There's quite a lot of moves still to come above him, and he's just trying to find any way to free that right hand up. Fred Laser of Belgium comes out onto the stage. Meanwhile, Stephen Mays really got to find his hands. He's been battling with this volume, just trying to free the right hand up. Finally goes for it.
Oh, got it.
Can't quite find a way. Pulled onto that head wall, looking okay.
He was there a long time though.
He was there an awful long time. Not
the burn's got to be pretty real.
Yeah, exactly. You could see him gripping his biceps.
Yeah.
Of course, one of the tricky things for the route set is you could have climbers missing either arm or either leg.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
And it's very hard to even out the differences.
Yeah. And even if you do that across the whole route, which is all very well, if you know, if it evens out halfway up and you suffer on the first half, like, that's yeah, it's, you know what I mean? It's, you can't do it, make it entirely fair. It's just not how basketball works. But Frey's looking strong. He's had a good year. He was the winner in the Masters and Imps, I believe.
Yep.
So yeah, he's in good shape.
Maxim Mayarov. Also a left arm amputee, same as Mays, so if he were to get to the same point on the route, would he struggle in the same way?
Yeah, potentially. He's got a slightly shorter residual limb from the look of things, but
also a bit taller though.
Yeah, true.
Could even itself out. We'll see.
Yeah,
he's got to get there first.
Indeed. Right, he's making good progress.
Est-ce qu'on a des Belges à Briançon là? Levez les bras, les Belges derrière, il y en aura en compète. Il y en a un, j'adore.
I mean, this route looks absolutely nails.
The men's AL too.
It really does.
Yeah, they're not messing around with
it. No, there's not a lot of mercy from the setters today. It looks phenomenal. It's great to see setting that's pushing people and making them try really hard, but man, it looks fierce.
You can see him already having to really commit.
Oh!
And I think not over the moon with the B lane, actually.
Yeah, I think he was a little bit tight on that secondary rope, wasn't he?
I mean, the PGHM, the guys who are doing the B lane, they know they're onions, but I agree, didn't quite give him enough slack.
No,
but
he might not have been expecting him to do it as a dyno.
That's true, very true. I don't think anyone was.
It took me by surprise. It might have taken him by surprise as well. But he held it, it's all good.
He did hold it. Of course, we use a different system to what we see in the lead World Cups. There's a top rope and then also a secondary rope clipped through a quick draw where the wall steepens most, just to prevent really big swings, particularly low down. So, unlike in the lead World Cups.
No one wants a low fall where they hit the stage on the way out. Right?
No, and those speakers are worth a lot. We don't want people clobbering them. Yeah, so slightly different system if you're wondering why there's no clipping. As I say, different systems than what we use in the lead World Cups. I haven't had much of a look yet at Maxim. He's on the bottom right, small screen.
He's doing well.
Yeah, he's got a battle on his hands, so really awkward getting in there.
That might be what he needed. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, without a left hand, it's not that easy to get your hands on top of those holds right in the middle.
No, it's really not. And there's not a lot there to get.
Frederick Lay's now heading out to where we lost Corey Ramos in the United States. It was a couple more moves further on, crossing over to the bottom of those three big red holes just to the left of the arrowhead-shaped black volume. Trying to find some way of getting the launch off his left leg.
Yeah.
Getting really pumped. We can see
he's just trying to find some way of getting a shake as much as anything. Oh, very nice.
Now he goes. just got to look at his face. We're at a different angle from the camera you guys at home are seeing, and he's really grimacing, but he's in for the lead.
He's doing well. Strong boy, nice.
Been on the wall nearly 3.5 minutes. He's getting really pumped. You can see the elbows out.
Yeah.
Still going.
He's shaking. Oh.
And
It was
almost,
a good fight.
yeah, that was amazing.
Really
Almost
good
found a
fight.
way onto the head wall. Looked in trouble for the last minute or so, but just kept going.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
One of the people we've been hearing about a lot in the last week was Alberto Hines Lopez in the Chamonix final last week. I don't know if you saw it. It was quite reminiscent of it.
Yeah.
I will not let go of this wall.
Absolutely.
Maxim Mayarov now of Russia,
Doing
nearing
well.
the high point of Mace.
He's getting there.
Yeah, it's
2.5 minutes left, so he's doing all right.
yeah, it feels like he's been climbing a while. He's been on the steep section a long time. It's still got plenty of time.
Yeah.
Another 4 or 5 moves, he'll be back up to Mace's high point.
Oh.
Albert Guardia Ferrer will be next out in men's AL2.
Driving in. Looking a bit boxed. Go on, buddy. Come on.
And he comes up just short of the high point. Put him into second place for now. 4 climbers still to go. Kevin Bartke of Germany, the next climber out. Let's just have a check on the scores as they come through. You can see they're just getting unclipped. There is the wall here in Briançon.
I mean, what a view.
Oh, it's amazing.
It's stunning, isn't it? Absolutely stunning. It's pretty special.
I think it might be the best town in France. If you combine nice coffee shops, mountains, scenery.
It's pretty lovely, isn't it?
Gets the most
hard to
sun of
beat.
any town in France.
Yeah?
Yeah, more
Well, there
sunny
you go.
days than anywhere on the south coast. Fabulous place.
I mean, when we arrived, I was genuinely confused that the weather wasn't great, because every time I've been here, it's been glorious sunshine the entire time.
Yeah, we
What's going on? It's
always
overcast.
proudly tell everyone, we always say, yeah, it never rains in Briançon apart from when the IFSC is in town.
Cleared up pretty fast.
We've had some pretty savage thunderstorms in the years I've been coming here with the IFSC.
Yeah.
But none tonight, and none forecast I should add, for tomorrow night or for the Lead World Cup at the weekend.
It's looking pretty clear at the minute. Oh.
You hanging around for the Lead World Cup?
No, sadly not.
Heading back.
Yeah.
So both climbers setting off in unison.
Yeah.
We'll have once again a combined final, well, not a combined final, 2 finals running concurrently in the next round, which will be men RP3 and women RP3. Both climbers pretty much keeping pace with each other right now. As I say, they set off pretty much at the same time. Both are laps roughly 40 seconds of their time.
Makes for an easy film.
Cameraman, the director is very grateful. just keep this up, and it'll be great.
Very nice.
Slight delay on our results coming through, by the way, for men's AU2. AL2 seems to be coming through just fine. I'll keep you up to date. Frederick Laser leading the way, 27.5. So just to give you an idea, that was just as he was about to reach the lower angle terrain. Still pretty significantly overhanging, but slightly lower angle than what had come before. So that's where we lost him at 27.5, and then 24 plus. Corey Ramos was moving across to that oval kind of rugby ball shaped hole in the middle of the head wall. Kevin Bartke, the 34-year-old German.
Creeping his way up to the high point.
Yeah, and doing so pretty quickly as well.
Good pace on him.
Good minute or so ahead of Maxim, who was the last climber out.
The right arm this time, whether that's having any effect, who knows? But
We'll see. I think it will make life harder for him right at the top of the head wall, perhaps?
Yeah, possibly. I mean, that top sequence on one arm just looks horrendous for either way, doesn't it?
Yeah, I certainly couldn't climb it with two. That's
No,
for sure.
I know. tiny holds. Oh,
There's really strong stuff from Albert
oh.
on the bottom right of your screen. And there's the high point of Maze. Been reached by Kevin Bartka. Now I see it, I'm not sure there is an advantage to having your left hand there. I've changed my mind.
Yeah.
This is a new high point, by the way, from Albert.
Yeah.
Oh, went and came back down and managed to hold it. Both climbers had absolutely key moments on their routes.
Oh, that's tiny pocket. Man. Oh, hello.
Both climbers piercing onto the head wall simultaneously. Albert got an absolute battle on his hands, trying to mantle shelf. It's the right leg that's missing. He tried to use the left, couldn't quite find a way, but he does set a new high point. That looks like a brutal route.
I mean, we could be close to a top here.
I think we could be Kevin Bartka's potentially closing in on one. 34-year-old German. He's done really well to negotiate that section. One more move for him.
Very impressive work.
Top beckons. It's a big reach, and he gets a hand on it, but he can't quite stick it. Fantastic effort. So the whole top hold has been touched on the men's AU2 route.
Dang. New high points for both routes.
Yes.
Phenomenal.
Mais là, pour le coup, je vais pas lui mettre la pression, on va le laisser rentrer tranquillement dans sa voie. Mesdames et messieurs, le champion
Thierry Delarue, the French paraclimbing legend, will be out next.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Must be great to climb alongside someone like Thierry Delarue.
It's surreal, to be honest. The guy's incredible. World champ last year. Yeah, the guy is just insanely strong.
And how old is he now? 41, isn't he?
I think so,
yeah. Let's hope for us all.
Gives me a bit of hope, yeah.
Yeah, he won the Paraclimbing Cup here as well, didn't he? As well in Briançon, and then went on to win the World
Championships. Yeah, and then went on to
Championships.
just completely walk the champs. It was phenomenal.
His compatriot Julien Gasque, who is a mere 37, will be out next. Thierry Delarue getting ready to roll. Over on men's AU2, yeah, Trevor Smith of the USA.
He did really well this morning. A little bit showboating with the crowd while he climbed. It was very cool to watch.
Yeah, see then, just as he set off, just acknowledged the crowd and
Yeah.
looks in the mood. You can see here the lights on the wall really starting to do their thing. Darkness beginning to descend here in Briançon. Still a lovely temperature, perfect climbing conditions really.
Perfect. Isn't it?
Yeah, slight
Absolutely
breeze. Couldn't really get much better. And unusually for us when we're here, the forecast is perfect, so we're expecting no weather delays. We can just get on with enjoying this. What a scene.
Absolutely. Both looking pretty cruisy at the moment.
Yeah, Thierry Delarue,
Flying up
untroubled as it stands.
Yeah.
You can see wearing a prosthetic. Does seem to be a real division between climbers about whether a prosthetic helps or hinders.
Yeah.
Just personal preference. I mean, do you think there's any science there? Or just
I don't know. I think that it, to an extent, it depends on the style of the climb.
Yeah.
So I know from personal experience, at least, I really struggle to make my prosthetic useful once I'm in a steep overhang, and then I'm lugging a lot of weight. But on a less steep overhang or on a flat surface, it's hugely useful. You know.
Do you decide during observation whether to put it on?
To be honest, I pretty much will always have I train with mine on, and so I don't. Like, you watch the guys climb without one, and the way they move is just extraordinary. But it's it's quite unique. And
Yeah. Well, we'll be seeing
I think
Urko a
I'd
bit
have
later
to
on.
commit to always training with
Yeah.
prosthetic to have any hope of trying to climb that way.
Okay, are there any of the climbers who kind of choose route by route? I'm trying to think.
Not that I can think of. I think people are generally pretty set.
Thierry Delarue climbs with prosthetic and it's working pretty well for him. That was the move where we lost Corey Ramos earlier on. Chasing down a high point of 29 from Albert Guardia-Ferrer.
He's looking pretty smooth.
Yeah, it was the mantle shelf up here.
Yeah.
Stopped Albert. Trevor Smith over on the left.
Good.
You can see him on the bottom right of your screen, left as we look at it in Briançon. Just see him moving in the background of our main shot on your screens there.
Oh, he's looking good.
Yeah, very strong, comfortable new high point for Thierry Delarue. Got through with minimal of fuss.
Yeah, he looked pretty comfortable, didn't he? I mean, this last sequence looks pretty burly, but... Oh! Strong
Leaves
fight.
him, yeah, fantastic effort. Leaves him high on the head wall.
Yeah.
Focus on Trevor Smith. We almost saw a top on this men's AU2 route. Could we see one now? He's got 2 minutes and 45 seconds to find the top. Thierry Delarue lowers down. It must be hard if he can't top it. Julien Gasque will be out next. Urko after him. Just waiting for confirmation of Thierry Delarue's score. And scores coming through now, by the way, for men's AU2. Kevin Bartka, 47 plus. That was going for the top hold.
That move is just sticking people, isn't it? Different. Oh, nice.
Oh, quite
Very
amazing
nice.
shoulder flexibility.
Yeah. I think mine would have popped out.
Yeah, mine would have been long gone. Done really well. Getting plenty of encouragement. There's a very large US contingent here.
Yeah, they brought so many athletes. Phenomenal. Like a team of 30 odd, I think.
Yeah, team of 30 and 43, including staff, I think it was. Absolutely
like
massive.
Absolutely huge.
They could have something to cheer here. Oh, poor Trevor Smith, he was so close. That'll be enough for a comfortable second place.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I saw Robin Ebbertsfield and Didier Rabatou as well.
Yeah.
Now just supporting Team USA, bought their camping chairs.
Yeah, love that.
So plenty of US support here, and the crowd much bigger than last time I turned around out here in Briançon. Here comes Julien Gasque of France. More Michael Sapir of Israel, the next climber for men's AU2. And 47 plus, the score to beat. Basically, you'd have to top the route to beat that. And Thierry Delarue, 33 plus. His high point.
It's going to be hard.
It's going to be tough. Okay, here comes more.
Michael Sapir. Et si vous voulez l'encourager, ce jeune homme, c'est Kakdima Mor.
Julien Gasque underway. He's got quite an unusual prosthetic.
He has. It's.
Have you seen it close up?
I had one, actually.
Okay.
I had that as my first kind of specialist climbing foot. I never got along with it, but chatting to him, he loves it. He thinks it's better than the evolved foot that you'll see most of the amputees that wear prostheses wearing. Works really well for him. I didn't find it as good, and I managed to snap it bouldering. It came off a boulder and it just snapped clean in half, which was less than ideal, but it's working well for him. So.
The bottom section doesn't move, right? It's fixed
It's
at a right angle.
It's fixed at a right angle. It's basically just a resin plate that's got climbing rubber on.
I guess better for edging.
Simple. Yeah, you'll get a good edge on it.
Il y a aussi cette gestion de corde, hein, qui est avec ce double système d'assurance.
More, meanwhile, of Team Israel. There he is on the left. It's not a single arm amputee as such, basically missing the bulk of both the fingers on both hands.
Yeah. I believe he was reclassified this year. I think he was in the RP category last year, but has been reclassified this year.
Yeah, it's a good example of why we need more paraclimbers. It'd be great to have, because to me it is clearly a different category, and it's just numbers that mean we have to combine.
Yeah, it feels like it's. Not going to say it's easier or harder. It's different.
It's different. Yeah,
it's different,
absolutely.
And when things get too different, it's hard for it to be a level playing field, and that's always a challenge in parasport. But
well, he's got himself into a really awkward-looking position in between these volumes.
Horrendously, horribly uncomfortable.
Julien Gasque, meanwhile, climbing relatively slowly. I'm just keeping an eye. He's got 3 minutes 30 left on the clock, but he's only just entered the head wall, so he's going to need to up his speed a little bit.
Yeah.
Chasing down his compatriot.
Go on, Julien.
Now Julien Gasque moving a
He's
little
moving
quicker.
Again.
Actually, I've just noticed on his short bag, he's actually got his brush with him. That is key.
You can't be too careful.
No.
You never know when you might need to brush it
I
off.
will be seriously impressed if he gets his brush out.
Gets to the head wall and just cleans off the hole before he moves on. That would be brilliant.
Well, we saw Yanni Garnbrett leaving the chalk bag
Well,
altogether,
indeed.
so at the other end of the
Year
scale.
of controversy, right?
Yeah, exactly. More asking for a little more encouragement from the crowd. Yes, turns to the crowd and asks for them to get loud. They had to be silent during the B2 and B3 finals. No such worries now.
No, indeed.
Both climbers going well. Moore has got about just over 3 minutes of his time remaining, just over 2 minutes for Julien Gasque. You can see having to scrap. That was a nit. That was a close call. Again, a little slip. I think it was a prosthetic on the right leg that just slipped. We just lose him around the same height as we lost Albert. Trying to pull over.
Yeah, I'm not sure where that will leave him, to be fair. Lost track.
I think that'll probably leave him in third, looking at my scores. Although I'm happy to be corrected.
Sure.
More, meanwhile, going well on men's AU2. Matt Phillips, the last climber out after him, the reigning world champion.
Absolutely. There may be some bias sneaking through when Matt climbs. For which I can only apologise, but not very much.
Oh, it's fine. More getting right. Getting the crowd behind him now. See a beautiful red sky behind him. Can he complete the scene by finding a top? One more move to go. If he can latch the top, he will take the lead. There it is.
Oh, he's got it. Very good.
Finds the top, second to last climber. World champion Matt Phillips will be out next. He is the last climber out. And
he's a strong boy. He's on good form.
Well, just something to be aware of. They were tied in the qualifiers. Both top, both routes.
Top to both.
Here comes Matt Phillips. Urko, meanwhile, just came out onto men's AL2.
Both pretty legendary in their field, really, aren't they?
Yeah. At different ends of the age spectrum.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
He might not thank me for saying it, but Urko is exactly double Matt's age.
Phillips.
Great to see Orko still crushing it though.
So strong, so strong.
What was it? Did he climb 8B last year? Was that right? Is that what I heard? 8B, 8B plus?
I think so. I'm not sure if it's an 8B or an 8A plus. He certainly did.
If it's got an 8 at the start,
yeah,
that's pretty good going, isn't it?
Either way, it's phenomenal. No, the boat's insane. Absolutely incredible.
And Matt Phillips as well. I saw him briefly today. Seems psyched as ever.
Yeah.
Always keen.
Always got the enthusiasm, hasn't he?
Yeah, amazing when he won that World Championships last year in Innsbruck.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty phenomenal.
So both climbers underway. Matt Phillips on the left, Orko on the right. Orko in AL2, Matt Phillips, the reigning world champion in AU2. And Josh Senior alongside me, maintaining professionalism and impartiality all the way.
All the way, all the way.
Apart from shouting, "Come on, Matt," every now and then.
Yeah.
But only once a minute, so it barely counts.
Yeah, I'll try to.
Yeah. Unimpeachable professionalism. It's a professionalism. That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah. Brilliant. That's what we like to hear.
Potentially ruining my chances of a career in commentary later, but never mind. It's worth it.
He needs your support.
Absolutely.
Plenty of support for both these climbers.
Yeah, they got the crowd behind them.
Good,
Matt! Good, dude, you got this! I mean, I'm moving my mic away. I don't know if it's making any difference at all, but
tiny bit.
Helps a little bit, probably.
Tiny bit. I'll mute you next time.
Okay.
We've got a mute button. Don't worry. Matt Phillips looking super strong through here.
So strong.
Yeah,
He's moving at such good pace as well.
Well, keep an eye on the time, just to put it out there. Tied all the way through with more.
And looking at where the athletes are waiting, he's going to have known. So he's going to know that time's for the essence.
Does really well to cross through there.
Very smooth.
Yeah, we've seen a few climbers really struggling with that move.
Yeah, we have.
Let's keep an eye. Orko, by the way, is bottom right of your screen, but we'll stick with Matt Phillips for now because he really is close to the top and he's absolutely flying. 3 minutes 25 still to go. I've got my finger hovering on the mute button.
Come on, Matt! Yeah!
And he finds a top, Matt Phillips. There it is. Well, he's got more than half his time remaining. 3:17 left on the clock, and Matt Phillips finds a top. The reigning world champion from Innsbruck came out under real pressure.
Incredible.
Fantastic stuff from Matt. And
the look of relief on his face is fairly impressive.
that is fantastic stuff from Matt Phillips. Finds the top, as he did on both the qualifying routes, as Mo Sapir did on both the qualifying routes.
But did it with over 3 minutes to spare. Unreal. Urko's working his way through the up onto the head wall.
Yeah, Matt Phillips disappears, and nice to see. First thing he does, big hug with more Michael Sapir of Israel. For now, though, we'll stick with Orko. This will be close, you know.
What a horrific position to stop and chalk up. Phenomenal.
Oh! And it was in. It was around the high point of Thierry Delarue.
Sure.
We're going to have to wait for confirmation exactly what move Thierry was. He was a few moves ago. It was a few climbers ago. Has Orko done enough? It's going to be one of the two legends taking the win. That is for sure.
And well deserved whichever way it goes.
Absolutely.
Phenomenal displays of climbing.
Orko was ahead on count back to the qualifying round if they were tied on score, by the way.
We still have two categories for this
I feel like the fact it's split so evenly between them and they're so tight, to an extent answers the question on prosthetics.
Yeah, whatever works for you.
Yeah, indeed. Two phenomenal athletes, both climbed incredibly well. They did it in their own way, with their own style.
And it is Thierry Delarue who takes it 33 plus to 32 plus.
That's so tight. Wow.
Dramatic finishes on both sides. Matt Phillips finding the top. Absolutely smashing the route, to be honest. And Urko so close, but it is Thierry Delarue who takes it single move 33 plus to 32 plus.
Amazing.
Superb. Still light here at Briançon.
It's warm too.
Wonderful, wonderful. Sitting here in a vest.
I'm warm. You're wearing your montane jacket. I'm in a vest and t-shirt.
You made of tougher stuff than me.
I've got my Adidas hat keeping me warm.
Yeah, Josh Senior available for sponsoring if anyone at Adidas is listening. You get that plug for free. You have to pay for future ones. That's it. Okay, so we move on already to the RP3 finals, both men and women. First women we've seen in action today. Josh, I believe you're heading back into the crowd.
I think I might.
I'm going to watch if you put a jacket on and see if this is all bravado. See if you stay sitting in your vest. But thanks a lot. Really appreciate you coming, as always.
Thanks for having me. It's always a pleasure.
And enjoy the rest of the final. We'll see you later on.
I'll see you soon.
That was Josh Senior heading back into the crowd.
Elle était championne du monde l'année dernière du côté d'Innsbruck pour la France, Lucie Jarige. Finalist representing Great Britain.
So Josh Senior makes his way back into the crowd, and we've got a substitution to be made. Here he comes, and we'll just sort the mics out. I'll be back in just a minute.
World champion in Innsbruck and bronze medalist and bronze medal in Paris in 2016. Thank you very much and good luck for the final. On va présenter l'autre catégorie RP3. On a plusieurs champions du monde. Now please welcome the RP3 category, please, the finalists. On retrouve les 6 grimpeurs de ce soir, un Italien, 2 Italiens, 2 Français, un Slovène et un grimpeur de Grande-Bretagne. The first finalist is from Italy, Federico Di Felice, Italy. Second one, he was silver medal last year, representing Great Britain, Michael Cleverdon. Representing Italy in 4th place in Innsbruck, Mr. Alessandro Neri. Double champion du monde 2018 et 2016, représentant la France, Romain Pagnou. Champion du monde 2014, vice-champion du monde 2016, représentant la France, applaudissements pour Mathieu Bénard. And the last finalist representing...
So substitution completed. Luke Smith alongside me also of Team GB just replaced Josh Senior. Whether it's an upgrade or not, I mean, I wouldn't want to speculate.
I hope so. I hope so. I hope so.
Poor old Josh, I do seem to always end up giving him quite a lot of stick.
Yeah.
Every time he comes on. But great to have you. This is your first World Championships, I believe.
Yeah, first World Championships, first year in climbing. So it's been an amazing competition. Beautiful backdrop. Amazing. So Briançon is amazing.
What have you made of the finals you've seen so far? Routes look hard.
I think Matt absolutely ran up his route. Absolutely flew up it. I think he needed to though.
Yeah, he did.
I think,
but even so, he was quick.
Very dynamic move with the AR2s, which has been very good to see. And the B categories, B1 and B2, really strong.
Yeah,
really strong.
So we're about to see men's RP3 and women's RP3. 4 climbers in RP3 for the women and 6 for the men. It's to do with how many entrants we have determines how many people we have in the final. Explain for us, if you can, what exactly is RP and specifically RP3?
RP3 and RP is limited range and limited power, depending on area of your body. So from what I know, RP3 is lower limb, power or power, strength, and range of movement. And yeah, I think RP1 would be the more severe, RP2, and so on.
Yeah, it's a very diverse category, RP.
Yeah. It can be.
It covers a lot, yeah.
The medicals have got a lot on their hands. They've got a lot on their hands.
It do. So as I say, we've got 6 male climbers and 4 women climbing this evening. And yeah, about 25 to 10 in the evening here in Briançon. Beautiful evening, lovely temperature, still a bit of breeze, conditions ideal on the wall. Crowd out in force, few beers being drunk, I suspect.
Oh yes.
Doesn't get much better. And we're back here tomorrow night as well. Don't forget, more paraclimbing, same time tomorrow night, and then on Friday night we've got lead semi-finals for you in the Lead World Cup and lead final on Saturday night. So
I've
plenty
heard
still to come.
there's an attendance of Alex Megos as well.
Tomorrow?
Yeah. So
That would be great.
that would be good to see. Good to meet him as well.
Yeah, that would be good. Alex won here last year in the League World Cup, yeah. So it's a special place for him. Still his only World Cup win. That'd be great to see him. I'll try and get him on a microphone.
Yeah.
Almost guaranteed to say something inappropriate. Slight delay as we await the climbers, but I think we're underway now. Federico Di Felice of Italy, first climber out. So they're sharing the route with men's AL2, just mainly for logistical reasons. We've only got one route setting team, and we've only got the one wall here in Briançon. There is, an element of combining routes with categories. And Momoko Yoshida of Japan, first climber out. And women's RP3, and again they're sharing a route with men's AU2. So the routes will look familiar. 6 new climbers over on the men's side, and the first 4 women we've seen in action. We'll see quite a lot more tomorrow night. Got the women's B categories tomorrow night. I'm just looking at my schedule. Yeah, women's B2 and 3 tomorrow night, and women B2, men B1, excuse me, and then men and women RP2, and men and women RP2 and AU2. So 6 finals again tomorrow night. It'll be a similar format as well. The B climbers going out first, and those finals are run separately so that we can have silence when the climbers are on the wall. And then men's RP1 and women's RP2 will be running at the same time, and men's RP2 and women's AU2 will also be running at the same time. So similar type of program to tonight.
Federico.
Big slip from Federico. Did well to hang on to that.
He's very strong. He climbed in IMST, came second. Gregor first. Very, the whole category, the top 6, it's going to be so close. So close.
Yeah, Gregor Salak was looking pretty handy in the qualifiers here as well. Qualified highest, therefore climbs last in the final.
And he was very serious. Usually he's quite the character, but this competition, very serious. Very serious.
Okay, the AU2 and AL2 results are published.
Going pretty well so far at this stage. 4.5 minutes left. We saw climbers get pumped quite quickly, and again the feet cut loose. Oh, it's the second time he's had a heart in the mouth moment. Trying to regain composure slightly. I think he's got almost a knee bar in there, not quite.
No, nearly.
Went for it. I've been watching Adam Ondra hunting the knee bars. Now he's underway again. Momoko Yoshida over on the left, working your way through the blue volumes that will look familiar from the men's AU2 final. Federico.
Oh,
went up
so
big
close.
with the right hand, went dynamically. Milking it for all it's worth, turns upside down on the rope. If you can't enjoy climbing under the lights in Briançon, you're probably in the wrong game. Here's Momoko Yoshida. We can keep a close eye on her. Team Japan coming to life all of a sudden to cheer her on. Federico heads off the stage. Mike Cleverton of the Great Britain will be out next.
Good old Mikey.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him climb. Momoko Yoshida still on the very steepest section of the wall, but she's done really well here. She's manufactured something of a rest, managed to get the feet right underneath her. Now she'll carry on, 2 minutes 45 left for her. Plenty of encouragement from Team GB, as you'd imagine. For now,
always.
For now, we'll stick with Momoko Yoshida. 2:25 still left for her. She has got plenty of time here. She topped one of the qualifying routes, by the way, and was 45 plus, pretty close on another one. The only climber to have topped both routes over on this women's side is Aika Yoshida, who'll be last out in women's RP3. Shaking out now, Momoko. Still got time though. This is the tough move though, outright. We saw a lot of the men's AU2 climbers struggling with it.
Nearly. She's got to pop for it.
It doesn't look like she's going to be able to do it statically. I think that she'll have to commit at some stage. Mikey underway.
Mikey's just started.
Does well there, Momoko Yoshida. Had to go for that move. Could she be heading for a top? Should have time, 1 minute 15. These aren't the kind of moves that you can take your time on. Oh, we just lost her as she began to move out left on the head wall. Really good start from her. The route certainly looks toppable for RP3 climbers. There is the scene here in Briançon as the cable cam pans across the wall. Mikey right in the middle of it.
And you hear all the team screaming.
Yeah, the team making themselves heard. There he is as we zoom in again.
Come on, Mikey.
Did you see much of him this afternoon? How was he doing ahead of the final, Mikey?
I spent most of the morning with him. He's always full of psych. He's always upbeat. He's such a good person to be around, especially my first World Championship. That's Alex Waterhouse screaming. Another strong Great Britain climber.
Lucy Jarige, by the way, has just made her way out onto the stage. She's actually in women's AL2, but she's climbing in this RP3 final, but she is already the champion in AL2.
Come on, Mikey.
Let's keep with Mikey, though. You can see him, got the heel hook in place, trying to leave her over.
Come on, Michael. Come on, Mikey.
Haven't seen this route topped by anyone in any category yet.
Allez, Mikey.
Going really well.
Yeah,
Looking strong here, Mikey. You can
very
see,
strong.
yeah, you can see he's getting tired. But the technique's not going too much. Still looking pretty solid. Just needs to go through the right hand.
Well done, Mikey. Well done.
He was close then. Perhaps might wish he'd got himself a little more set before the move. Went pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But that is close. Got a really good hand on it. You've only got, I think, 4 more moves. I haven't got a route top of it. It looks like 4 more moves before the top. Let's see where that leaves him. Momoki Yoshida, by the way, she was a 43 plus on the women's side. Still waiting for the scores to come up for men's RP3. Nothing yet. I'll let you know when they come through.
Very strong category.
So Lucy Jarige, the local hero, is underway. You can see her there. As I say, she is in women's AL2, but is actually climbing this evening in the final in women RP3.
Yeah, they merged the categories to make one category.
Yeah.
So second place was Joe Newton from Great Britain in AL2, and I think for RP3, I think the top 4. 3 of them, so there's them 3 are guaranteed a podium spot.
Yeah. Lucy Jarige, you can see what you really want is to get your left foot out. She does really well to swing the right underneath. Ask the crowd for a bit more. She says, don't leave me up here on my own, come on. Paraclimbing World Championships here in Briançon. Mountains disappearing into the distance. Lucy Jarige lit up on the Briançon wall. Alessandro Neri. Sorry to say it, Alessandro, but comfortably the oldest competitor here this evening.
But a very strong climber.
Yeah, he looks super strong in Innsbruck in the World Championships in September. Keep an eye now on Lucy Jarige. Alessandro waiting to get underway.
Just reset the timer.
Yeah, just waiting. Oh, there's an issue with the timer. We'll stick with Lucy Jarige. She's absolutely caning up this route. Goes direct up for that crimp. Little more than a foothold, the one she skipped out. She could do with her hands being the other way around if at all possible. She's going to struggle, I'd have thought. Can she match?
Now she's got it.
Yeah, now she uses that pretty poor crimp, but now she realises she needs her hands the other way around.
Very well done.
Ask the crowd for a bit more. You can see she's getting pumped, but has she got enough to find the top? There it is for Lucy Jarige. That's what it means. Fantastic stuff from her. Top of that route on the left. It's seen a couple of tops, but that's the first one in this final. Lucy Jarige lowers off, top in the bag. Brilliant stuff from her. Really had to think about it. Had work to do as she got to the top. Ended up with her hands the wrong way round.
It was a brilliant fight. You can see shaking her hands. Definitely felt it.
Yeah, probably could have done without down climbing that last move, but that's how it ended up. And still, I'm just looking across. We've got Alessandro Neri ready to go. And it does seem to be a problem with his clock.
Yeah, timer, technical issue.
Okay, let's have another go at resetting this clock. There we can see, again, our cable cam panning across the wall in Briançon. Now, can't even see the mountains behind it. All is black. The lights of Briançon illuminated behind the old town up high on the hill behind there.
Another teammate, Martha Evans.
Martha just getting clipped in. RP3.
First year competing internationally as well. And Alessandro Neri is up.
He is. It's quite extraordinary, actually. Been at this a long time.
It climbs very smoothly, very smoothly.
Oh, he's absolutely immaculate. Yeah, he's one of the stars of Innsbruck, actually, last year. Again, Team GB dominating the English hooligans
always
here in Briançon.
Alessandro stuck the dyno.
This is a tough move though. Does it so controlled. Yeah, a mere 56 years old. Still going very, very strong.
Martha on the left going up to the overhang.
Yeah, Martha, as you look at your screens now, is bottom right in the small screen, left as we look at the wall in Briançon. Sandro Neri. It's a good jug there, but it's on such steep terrain, you just can't hang around for that long.
No, not at all. I learned that from qualifications.
Got a really cruxy sequence here as well. Series of pretty small crimps. A couple of them bolted onto slightly bigger holes.
Looking very controlled.
Yeah, looking super solid, but you can see he's having to work hard, starting to puff his cheeks now with the effort of it, just starting to shake a little bit as well. Doing well to climb this section quickly. It's probably the best way of dealing with it rather than trying to manufacture any rest. He's just going straight through. Going up with the left hand, I can't help feeling he might possibly prefer the right as he managed to match. He's done really well there.
Very well.
Again, another poor crimp. This again is a hard move going up.
Where Mikey got up to?
Yeah, this is where we lost Mikey. Just a move above, actually.
Very close.
Alessandro Neri gave that one everything he had. Fantastic stuff. Yeah, it was a move above where we lost Mikey. We're just, again, waiting for the scores to come through. Still nothing. So, yeah, sticking with Martha. First appearance at this level.
Go on, Martha.
Oh, he was just trying to go through with the right hand, couldn't quite find a way. Feet were a little bit tucked in underneath. It's a really difficult position from which to extricate yourself.
Yeah, that part looks, you've got to get your beater right. It just looks like you've got to get your whole sequence correct. The way that Matt just flew up, such good route reading. Now we have the world champion from France.
Yeah, Romain Pagnou.
To defend his title.
And I think there might have been a choreography issue. One of our officials just headed on the stage. I think it's so the climber can be seen. Yeah, Romain Pagnou, the world champion. That was a 27.5 plus from Martha. That puts her in third place. Aiki Yoshida, the last climber out. Topped both the qualifying routes. She was the only climber in this category to do so, so were it to come to countback, she could move ahead of her rivals.
Roman has just started. Climbing very fast. Very fast.
Yeah, really not messing about, Romain Pagnou. You can see him there climbing towards our camera.
He's got it.
Yeah, another kind of committing looking move coming up now.
Yeah.
Spectaculaire, c'est sa manière de grimper à Romain.
So Romain Pagnou, again through this crimpy section, absolutely rocketing up the route. By the way, hope it isn't significant. The clock that we've been looking at, that's right in front of us, doesn't appear to be working. Hopefully one of them is.
Yeah, unless the judges have got a separate one. He's coming up to the highest point.
Absolutely flying. So
yeah.
this move coming up was where we lost Alessandro Neri. The one above was where we lost Mikey Cleverton. This move here was where we lost Mikey. Can he make it stick? Oh, it looks like it was by the skin of his teeth, but he does manage it.
Yeah.
Pushes out left. It's going really well here. We haven't seen this route. Haven't seen this route topped by anyone yet in any category. Roman Pagnu finds the first top of the evening.
Top of all routes. Very good performance.
Yeah, fantastic stuff from Roman Pagnu. A real classy climber. Topped both qualifying routes, as did Gregor Selak of Slovenia and Mathieu Benard of France. He finds the first top of that route. It's a middle route here in Briançon as we look at it. So we haven't seen much yet of Aiki Yoshida. Let's focus on her. She's just escaping the blue volumes, and she's found that kind of rest in the middle where you can get your feet wide. Mathieu Benard getting clipped in now. We'll stick with Aiki Yoshida for now. Looking pretty strong. Couple more moves and she'll be on to lower angle terrain. 3 minutes 35 remaining. Chooses to come back down. Obviously got a bit of energy left.
Looking very strong.
Yeah, very smoothly went back down and decided to chalk up.
Very high foot. Oh. Toe hook? No, sorry not to.
Yeah, considering a couple of options, that doesn't. Problem is when you put your foot through like that, it's then kind of hard to move towards it because your knee's in the way. So I think she'll probably end up leaving the right foot out somewhere on the right. In the end, pretty much goes with the right foot, not really engaged. Struggling a little bit now. We've got work to do. Needs to refine that composure she had 30 seconds ago.
And Mathieu, RP3s, flying just like Roman.
Yeah, Mathieu Benard. Again, we haven't got a clock for the men's RP3. The one that we were looking at on the stage is not working. No such worries on women's RP3. Aiki Yoshida, plenty of time left. 2:20 for her. Only climber to have topped both of the qualification routes, just to put it out there. So
she's looking stronger now.
Yeah, could well win it on countback if she can find the top. She doesn't actually need a top to win RP3, but I think we could see her claim one. Mathieu Benard now. He's on the right, just about to appear into the shot. For now, though, we'll stick with Aiki Yoshida. Closing in, you can see one more move to the top. It's quite a big committed move. She'll just have to go for it. She gets her hand on the top and can't quite stay there. But that will be enough for her in RP3. Lucy Jarige, who we saw topping it earlier, is AL2. And Aiki Yoshida has done enough in RP3.
Mathieu had no rest.
Yeah, I was looking over at Aiki Yoshida, looked back, and he was almost at the top of the route. Mathieu Benard now. Couple more moves. He's really desperate crimps. You can see his left arm just shaking slightly with the effort. Does really well.
Powering through now. Second top.
Route's been topped by 2 climbers in a row. Mathieu Benard. Pretty happy with that one. Heads back down, thanks the crowd for their support, and we have just one climber left this evening, Gregor Selak of Slovenia.
Very, very close.
Like the London, London buses, these tops, 2 coming at once, having not seen anyone get too close to it up until now. Well, we've got a minute before Gregor Selak comes out. Luke, how have you enjoyed the Briançon experience, the competition experience?
It's been amazing. I competed the World Masters in Imst, and this is my this is my first major competition. But first year into climbing, I'm loving it. So good. Just keep learning.
When exactly did you actually start climbing?
I started climbing in January 2018.
It's quite extraordinary. Here you are. Could you believe it? 2 years ago, you'd never even been to a climbing wall. You're in a world championship.
Yeah, I've never believed it. Never.
And the community around the paraclimbing is fantastic, isn't it?
Yes,
it is
very,
such
very
a
supportive.
friendly vibe.
Yeah, very supportive. And I'm loving these hats that we've all been given. Like one of the American girls. We should have been.
With a controversial slogan. We won't go there.
I won't say it anymore.
Yeah, they've been doing the rounds. You'll have to. If you want to know what it says on the hat, you got to get yourself to Briançon. How's that for a deal for people listening at home?
Definitely.
But yeah, it's a fantastic community.
Yeah, unreal. Very, very good.
I was chatting to Russell Harrison today from Team Australia. He started climbing 7 months ago.
Wow.
And he's in a World Championship. It's fantastic. I love it.
There's been people who have come to the selection events. My girlfriend's come and everyone's been amazed by like wow, how do people do this? Everyone.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Looking forward to another evening of it tomorrow here in Briançon. Same weather would be nice.
I think it's forecasted for that.
It certainly is, yeah.
That'd
do. So Gregor Selak now, the last climber out this evening. Whole crowd still here in Briançon.
It might come down to the timer.
Yes,
potentially.
Could well do. They were tied. There were a lot of ties coming in. Still waiting, by the way, for confirmation of scores over on this. Over in this category, men's RP3. Yeah,
Mikey's the third highest mark. So
I think he is. Yeah, Mikey Cleverton should be in third place as it stands, but Gregor Selak, who went very, very well in the qualifiers.
He's cruising right now.
He's cruising. Still going well. Slovenia just seemed able to churn out top climbers, and he is one of them.
He's very, very good.
Yeah, quick shake out. I think they've now employed the clock that is working for him, and he's got still over 4 minutes remaining if that is his clock. Quite extraordinary. Time could be crucial.
Is this where Mikey got up to? Yeah.
That was that move. Yes, but I think he will overtake Mikey on count back to the last round.
Yeah.
Same move. So 2 tops on that route in the end. Really good to see the routes topped.
Very good effort by
Gregor Selak just lowers off.
Personally, I don't think he'd be happy, but if that was me, I'd be happy with that.
Malheureusement, les paras ne seront pas au JO 2020 ni 2024. On espère une entrée en 2028. Allez, on vous laisse un chouïa en musique avec le DJ. On vous retrouve dans un instant pour les cérémonies protocolaires de ces championnats du monde.
So we're just waiting for the results to come through. We will be live streaming the podiums, by the way, for you. So do stay with us to watch the podiums.
Take back your smartphone, please, on the isolation.
There is the wall. Here is
Mikey Cleverton third. No.
So I'm just here it comes through. RP3. Well, Lucy Jarries is in AL2, but she's in first place ahead of Aiki Yoshida, Momoko Yoshida, and Martha Evans. But obviously, Aiki Yoshida will be the top of RP3.
Yeah.
With Lucy Jarries being AL2, so everyone effectively shifts up one. And Lucy Jarries stays number 1 in AL2. Slightly complicated. As I say, this is why we want, if you're listening and you'd like to get into paraclimbing, this is why you need to get down the wall so we can have more and more categories. again, still waiting. Let's just see if we can get the men's results. There we go. Yeah, Gregor Selak does beat Mikey Cleverden just on countback. Narrowly misses out on the podium. But it is Roman Pagnu who takes it. Top for him. Mathieu Benard follows him also with a top. Gregor Selak, as you said, might be disappointed. 33 plus he ended up with. Same score as Mikey Cleverden, who takes 4th place. And in 5th, we've got to 56-year-old Alessandro Neri. Federico Di Felice ends up in 6th place with a 26 plus.
Very impressive.
Fantastic stuff. As I say, we will be live streaming the podiums. We've got more paraclimbing tomorrow night. We've got lead finals on Friday, semi-finals on Friday night, lead finals on Saturday night. A lot of action coming up. Luke, really appreciate your company. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much.
That is all from myself and Luke this evening. I will speak to you tomorrow, but as I say, stay with us for the podiums. Thanks for watching.
Staff and material in the isolation room. So go to see in the coach area if you want to check. We have a jacket, shirts, national shirts, gris. Bon, messieurs, dames, voilà, c'était la première soirée. Ça va monter évidemment en puissance. On a 2 belles soirées de championnat du monde à vivre ensemble pour les paraclimbing. Et on se retrouvera jeudi pour la journée Faites le mur. Ensuite, il y aura la présentation des délégations. Et puis, on retrouvera évidemment la Coupe du Monde d'escalade vendredi et samedi avec les athlètes qui vont célébrer leur 3e Coupe du Monde de div de la saison. La première était à Villars-sur-Olon, la deuxième à Chamonix la semaine dernière avec une victoire d'Adamandra et une jeunesse féminine incroyable qui maltraite en ce moment Yania Gambret. Et la 3e sera sur ce mur Pierreuf ici à Briançon. Okay, RP3 result, women and men are published. Please, I would like the medalist Sho Aita from Japan, Justin Salas and Richard Slokok. Please, can you come behind the climbing wall, please? For B3 categories, Cosmin Florin, Condoy from Romania, Lux, Loze and Motohiro Elgiri, please, behind the climbing wall. Thierry Delarue, Urko Carmona, Baran Diaran, Albert Gardia Ferrer, behind the wall, please. Mathieu Phillips, Mor Michael Sapir, Kevin Batke, Germany, behind the wall, and Aika Yoshida, Momo Kaosh Yoshida, and Martha Evans, behind the wall. Pareil pour Romain Pagnou, Mathieu Bénard. On attend d'avoir la certitude le 3e. Allez, awarding ceremony in few minutes. En tout cas, bravo les ouvreurs et bravo les organisateurs du mondial. Jérém ou Franck? Romain Pagnou, Mathieu Bénard et Grégor, c'est là, can you come please behind the wall? Monsieur Marcello Marie, élu, Madame Marcello Marie, élue à la ville de Briançon, est-ce que vous pouvez nous rejoindre derrière le mur, s'il vous plaît? Madame Francis Dardenne est demandée aussi derrière le mur. Bon, en tout cas, messieurs, dames, ratez pas la journée de demain déjà. Hein, si vous voulez continuer à voir, là, on aura les B1. C'est completely blind. Ça va être impressionnant aussi. On aura des autres catégories avec AU2, mais cette fois catégorie femmes. Et d'autres catégories avec les sexes inversés. Et ensuite, surtout, jeudi, venez vous régaler et venez grimper sur le mur. J'adore. Allez, go WhatsApp. Ouh, le petit vent il se lève là. Hein. Tiens, et Franck ou même Gauthier, on peut faire un petit point météo. Hein. Je ne sais pas si vous avez les météos là. En tout cas, merci à nos amis de la protection civile qui ont été présents avec nous. Il y a des kinés tout au long des journées. Normalement, demain, on est bien. Après-demain, on est bien. Vendredi, on est bien. Samedi, ça devrait se dégager au fur et à mesure hein, dans la semaine. Et donc, demain, pour les courageux, ceux qui auront envie de venir ici, à 9h du mat'. Thierry de la rue de toute urgence derrière le mur, s'il te plaît. Yurko, behind the wall, please. And Albert Guardia, behind the wall too. Please, the medalists, we are waiting you. Justin Salas from USA, please. We are waiting you. Jacqueline Fritz, Germany. Joanna Newton, Great Britain. And Lucie Jarrick, please. Now, behind the climbing wall. Justin Salas, please, last call, please, for the awarding ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the IFSC World Paraclimbing World Championship Briançon 2019. Please welcome the medalist for the men B2. The medals and flower will be presented by Mr. Marcos Corralis, President of the IFSC, accompanied by Madame Marcello Mari, Deputy Mayor of Briançon. Bronze medalist representing Great Britain, Slocock Richard. Silver medalist representing United States of America, Justin Salas.
Yeah, Justin!
Gold medalist and winner of the IFSC World Paraclimbing Championship Briançon 2019 representing Japan, Aita Sho. Veuillez vous lever pour l'hymne national de la France. Mesdames et messieurs les médaillés des championnats du monde. Congratulations everyone for this wonderful and awesome day. Just meeting tomorrow morning for the second World Championship part. 9 o'clock we start the qualification. Observation, final observation route at 7:30 and final at 8 o'clock. Have a good night, Briançon. See you tomorrow.
Mon geste j'ai sur mon lit à bouffer son langue en buvant mon whisky quant à moi peut dormir, vie d'air primaire, j'ai tout dormi dans la gouttière où j'ai eu un flash et un quadriculage.